All right. Hello, all you night readers. You are in the right place at the right time. That's for sure. You are definitely where you should be. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. And I hope things are going well. All right. Let's see what our theme for the next 24 hours will be. Hey, kitty cat. Great to see you. Just in time with your coffee. Excellent. Thank you. Hey, Valentina. Welcome. Glad you're all here. Let's see. Our theme for the next 24 hours will be maybe somewhere down here tonight. Hi, Shannon. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Oh, there you go. So, for the theme for the next 24 hours is travel. I am doing well, thank you. Thanks. Travel. I know now there's a difficult one, isn't it? That is a tough one to that's definitely a tough one to do at this time how things are going on, isn't it? Yeah. Not a whole lot of traveling going on, but that's okay. We'll get from one place to another. All right, so keep that in mind. Keep that in mind that our theme for the next 24 hours is travel. Take the horse. If you don't feel like, hey, Denise, hi. Yes, definitely it is echoes of nature. That is echoes of nature. Every night I pull our card for the next 24 hours and I always use my echoes of nature deck. That I do. So, all right. Yeah, it's honestly it's a really pretty deck. There's cards that are, some of them are portrait style, some of them are landscape style. But I mean, there's some really beautiful pictures that were painted. These are all hand painted pictures. So it is a very beautiful oracle deck. Some good cat pictures, squirrels, beautiful, colorful trees. You can see the color and the beauty in all of them. That's for sure. You can definitely see that in every one of them. So, yeah, if you can get your hands on one on a deck of Echoes of Nature, I would definitely suggest it. But don't forget, our theme for the next 24 hours is travel, no matter how you get there. It's not about where you're going, it's about how you got there. It's important. That is so true. So, yeah. Valentina says, can you please tell me what are Carlo's feelings towards me and what will he do about us? I'm keeping my distance. Okay. All right, let's see what we got, Valentina. Let's see what his feelings are towards you. Hey, Wolfie. What are his feelings towards you and what will he do about us? About the two of you. So let's see how Carlo feels, all right? And then we'll go from there and see just what his plans are for the future with the two of you. Okay. Sounds good to me. Sounds really good. All right. So you've got the Page of Pentacles to start. Right off the bat, you know this is someone who is he's somebody who's interested in learning. He wants to learn about someone or something. And he's extremely reflective. He really wants to think about things. Hi, Lily. Yeah, you can ask a question. Absolutely. He really is interested. He's interested in learning more about your relationship and how it's going and stuff like that. Thank you for the donation. Whoever that was, thank you so much for the donation. Let me know what your question is and let me know who donated. That'd be great. Yeah, so he wants to know. He wants to know more about where he's got the same questions as you have. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I would say he has the exact same question you have. He wants to know, how are you feeling about him and where is this relationship going to go? And that's what he's asking. So he's reflecting back on the different things that have been said and done, and he's thinking about it and he's trying to learn about them. And that's definitely where he stands now. He is the King of Wands, which is a mature-minded, somebody who is ready for a relationship. Very, very passionate. You can see by the huge lion head. This is a huge fire sign, and kings are fire related anyhow. So fire and fire just makes more passion out of the whole thing. Hey, Doc, what's up? What's up, Doc? Good to see you. Yeah, so he's really got that passion going. Now, the issue is he is the risk taker. He's a risk taker. He's not, he's not somebody who is, even though he's mature, he's still interested in taking those risks. And if you're not willing to take risks with him, then I would say the relationship probably won't work. Carlo's feelings will change based on how you feel about that. I really think that's how it's going to be, because in the end here, you can see you got all 8 cups lined up, all ready to go, so that you cannot. There is no going back. Thank you, Lily. I appreciate that. Thank you for subscribing and liking. There is no going back, because you can't get past these cups. They're all lined up. They're all stacked up. There's only one way to go, and that's forward. So he's thinking the same thing you're thinking. Where are we going to go? You have to kind of look back to there. And if he is, if you're a risk taker like he is, or if you're willing to take the risks that he's willing to take, then things will go extremely well for you, and he'll feel the same way about you that you feel about him. But it's going to take some real deep soul searching for you to take the kind of risks that he's looking to take, I think. All right. So that's what I got for you, Valentina. Thank you so much for your question. I appreciate you letting me read for you. Hey, Fairy Wren. It's very nice to hear from you. It's nice to hear from Siri too. She always likes to answer. Bows and Bubbles, how are you? I am doing well. Definitely doing well. So, all right. Wolfie has a question. And her question is, I was thinking about changing countries. Wow. And you would just like to know how it's going to work out. Gotcha. Okay. I got you. All right, Wolfie. Thinking of changing countries, and you would like to know how that's going to work out for you. All right. Let's see. Let's see what we've got. Again, we've got the King of Wands. I tell you, I tell you guys every night, right? I shuffle. I pull cards from the center of the deck, different places all the time. And sure enough, out comes the same card. You have 3 kings in this reading. You have 3 kings in this reading. Thank you, Fairy Wren. It's great to see you. I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much. Wow. I have to say, that's a lot. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. That's it. And sure enough, even by picking cards through at random, it still comes out the same card. Hey, Tarot Girl, how are you? I'm glad you're enjoying the different decks that we use. All right, so you're starting off with the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is somebody who is, of course, very financially secure, who is very solid and strong. You can tell, again, all of the kings are very solid. The one who's probably the least solid based person is the King of Wands. You can see that whole body language where he's got his legs spread out a little bit and then straight down flat on the ground. Nobody's able to push him around. Nobody's going to be able to push him off his throne. Nobody's going to be able to move him. So you're going to have to be strong if this whole thing is going to work for you. You're looking for an a very new emotional beginning, of course. And then you've got the Hierophant, which is just another guy in the whole thing. You've got so much male energy in this reading that it's just a lot. I don't even know what to say, but with all of that, but he is showing you that you should check in with your culture, check in with your heritage, check in with the society that you're thinking about going to and what their rules and regulations and how they live there. If you've never lived there before, but I definitely see you going somewhere to check something. I definitely see where you're going to check somewhere else out. You're going to check somewhere else and be there, and even if it's just to see how things are, you're definitely going to go at some point. It probably will not be until after the whole world stuff here resolves itself, because nobody can go anywhere right now. But other than that, I do see at some point in the future, you definitely heading that way, heading towards a different country, heading towards a new beginning here. You're very excited about it. You're very passionate about it. And you are extremely serious about it. So you have made up your mind that you want to do this. That's for sure. You've definitely made up your mind. You've definitely got that. You're predominantly have your mind made up already. It seems like you've already got your mind made up on this whole move idea. It's just a matter of, okay, can I find a place in enough time? Can I find a place when I get there, kind of thing? Which, like I said, I don't know if you will go and stay, but I definitely think that you will go to the country of your choice, wherever it is that you're choosing at this point, and visit there and look to see exactly if that's going to be for you. But don't forget, check out the culture, check out the tradition and the way society is in that country, to make sure that it's right for you before you spend all your time and money and resources in moving. All right, so that's what I got for you. Thank you so much for your question. let's see, what else do we have here? Okay, good. All right, so who else has a question? Who else has a question? All right, well, okay, yeah, Lily, just type it in. You can type it in, and that'll be great. We'll go right from there and do your reading as soon as you type it. Denise says, I have a new tarot blog. What energy surrounds this new venture? All right, I have a new tarot blog, and you would like to know what energy is surrounding it. Well, right off the bat, the Empress kind of jumped right out at me. So I would say the blog itself is going to be very abundant. I really think that is the word for it. It'll be productive. I think you will do well with it. That's for sure. Just looking at the Empress, she's kind of giving off that, hey, I can do anything I want kind of look, right? When you really get to see her. Hold on, I'll get rid of some of these other cards. Yeah, you got that whole I can do anything I please kind of look, right? Awesome. So I see where it's going to be. It's going to be good. It's going to work. It's going to be very productive for you. You don't want to turn your back on people. I guess I would say that's definitely not going to work well for you. The people that you have that help you are going to be people who you're going to want to find ways to make sure you work well with them, and not turn your back, not kind of just up and leave everything. That's for sure. And then don't forget that you're going to have. It's not going to be a slow start, but everything starts off at a different pace. So you're going to be, here you are looking out, and you're going to have a decision to make, and you're going to have to think about, okay, well, if things aren't going as quickly as you want them to, what is your next step? What exactly is that next step going to be? I would say, especially with Temperance being next, I would definitely say think about it. Think really hard about the blog. Figure out a way to just tweak things here and there, and it'll pick up. It will definitely pick up. Nothing starts off with, nobody starts off with 300 subscribers, after their first night. Nobody does it. Nobody can take their very first night and say, this was 100% probably the best night of whatever blogging you're doing. This is the best night that will ever happen. There will never be a better night ever down the road that I could have. The first night was the best one. That was my best show ever. Because that doesn't work out either. If you go back and look at some other folks and my own very first videos and posts and stuff like that, it's such a difference between then and now. You can see it, you can hear it, you can feel it. There's such a difference in the feeling and stuff. So you just have to keep working with it and working with it and working with it. And just like I do every single night, there's something just a little bit different until I find that exact spot that I want everything. First it was, okay, let's just get a video, get live and get some people to show up. Then the next thing was, okay, well, let's try, let's let's try doing the what's your next 24-hour card going to be, travel. Okay, so that's cool. We'll do that in the beginning. I'll do that in the beginning of every single show. I'll see. We'll do a 24-hour. What's your next 24 hours look like? What's the word of the day kind of deal, right? Okay, cool, Tarot Girl. So every day it's evolving. Eventually I ended up putting the music in. Then when I first put the music in, of course, the music was overpowering and the microphone couldn't be heard and people couldn't hear. So I got rid of that for that night, and I worked on it for hours and hours and hours the next day. So everything changes. Everything changes. Keep that in mind. Be okay with that. Be okay with that constant change, and be okay with changing things until it gets to the exact point where you want it to be, because perfection isn't really an option for anybody. Perfection's not an option when it comes to stuff. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect in this stuff, especially a tarot card reader is not perfect, that's for sure. Sometimes we get it right. There are times when we get it wrong, and it's just the way it is. And sometimes things resonate for someone completely different than you. One person may ask a question, I may do a reading, and that may not resonate with the person who asked the question, but it may resonate with somebody who didn't ask the question, but it's going through a similar issue. So keep that in mind. I do see absolute passion on your part here. I do see where you have a real eagerness to get started, and I think that's the big energy that's going to be around it, around the whole blog, is that you're extremely eager. You're very passionate about it. You're very excited to do it and get it started. So that's what I have for you. I hope that works out really well. I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be great. Quality over quantity. You got it, Fairy Wren. You absolutely got it. All right. Good night, Doc. Have a good dinner. All right. Did I missed somebody way back, I think, huh? Somebody had asked a question, and I do not want to miss if I don't get it. All right, and I don't see it far enough back. So, I do see where Lily says. Okay, I do see where Lily says, "What's going on with Scott? He keeps on popping up in my head. It's starting to really annoy me. I feel like he is constantly thinking of me." Okay. All right, Lily. Let's see what's going on with Scott. Bows and Bubbles, I got you. And I got Bows and Bubbles after Lily's question here. All right, so let's see what's going on with Scott. Why does he keep popping into your head? It's driving you mad. Okay, let's see here. Once again, thank you so much for whoever donated. If you have a question, awesome. If not, and it was just a donation for all we do, for what I do and what everybody does here to help out each night, then I really appreciate that too. Thank you so much. All right, so let's see what we've got for you. Scott, what's your story? Get out of her head. Fairy Wren. All right. Hey, tree. Nice to see you. Bountiful tree. Bountiful sea turtle. How are you? Good. All right, Lily, here we go. I see that Scott is really trying to communicate with you. He's been trying to get in touch with you so desperately, but he's not quite able to. If you see, he's got a message for you. He wants to tell you something, but he can't quite. There's that gap. There's that little bit of communication gap, and somehow or another, he's not coming out. He's not going to get out of your head until you bridge that little gap. It's just a tiny little gap, but it's enough. It's enough to keep him there. That's where you're starting. So that's why he's in your head. You blocked him on everything exactly, and he's desperately trying probably through friends and stuff to get some type of a message to you. Again, he's looking at any possible way that he can to get this message there. He's staring up at the sky and trying to figure it out. He's just trying to come up with a plan, and he's wondering, why in the world can I not just get this message through? Unfortunately, the message is, the message for him is not going to be really great for him when he finds out that you really don't have the interest in him that he thinks. And I think that's the problem. He doesn't know. You haven't, again, that message hasn't gone through. So he doesn't know that you really don't have an interest in him. And there may be someone else in the picture at this point for you already. So he cannot go back. It's just like the 8 of cups we saw before, where all the cups are piled up. In this deck, you can see he cannot go back because of all the cups. He doesn't want to go back to somebody who's, already working on something else or doing something else with, spending time with someone else. So he can only move away. But he doesn't know that because he can't get this message through. He thinks that he's strong. He thinks he's solid. He's very sure of himself. And that's the problem, because he still thinks he can get you back, but he doesn't know that he can't. Because again, there is this communication gap that's not getting taken care of. So you have a choice. You have choices to make. And of course, one of those choices is, probably going to be, you get in touch with him. Or you let him get in touch with you, or you find a common friend, someone who you know together, and that will, where you can tell them, hey, listen, just let Scott know I'm just not interested in talking to him. Please just leave me alone. And I think that'll do the trick. Between one of those three things, one of those three choices of the many will do the trick. All right. But you got to bridge this little communication gap, or else this is never getting out of your head. All right. All right, Lily. I hope that was thank you for your question. I appreciate it. And I also appreciate being able to read for you. If you get in touch with him, he's going to treat you bad. Well, then don't get in touch with him directly. Like I said, find somebody who you can go in between with, an in between person who will do that. So, all right, that is definitely what I'm seeing for you. All right, Tarot Girl, you asked me what messages. Let me see. What messages do my guides have for you? All right. What messages do your guides have for you? What messages do your guides have? Got it. Shannon, I saw your question way up there, and I will get to that as well. Let me go back to it. I just saw it really fast while I was zipping back. Kitty Cat, I really appreciate all your help tonight. There it is. Okay. So Shannon, I will definitely do your reading right after this one because I see where it was way up there. All right. What do your guides have to tell you, Tarot Girl? Let's find out. What do your guides have to tell you? Okay. Here we go. Well, it looks like your guides have a lot to tell you. They're telling you that in whatever it is you're doing right now, whatever type of job or something that you're doing at home or working on or any of that type of stuff, you're doing extremely well at it. That's for sure. You are doing extremely well. You know what it is you're doing, and you're doing it really, really well. You can see the Knight of Swords, of course. The Knight of Swords is fierce and he's determined. Sometimes he's angry. Sometimes he can even be aggressive or destructive, coming in with all that force to try to stop you from doing a good job. But there's nothing that stops you. Nothing is going to stop you being the Magician. That's for sure. Not the Knight of Swords. You know, even though he's coming straight at the Magician, as you can see, he's got a right at him. I don't see that happening though as an issue. I would go from there and say, hey, look, you've got yourself the Ace of Pentacles. You have a nice new chance at a new start with something else. Could possibly be financial. Could be a financial gain for you. It's all up to you whether or not you open the gate. If you open the gate, there's a new start for you. If you don't open the gate, then you just stay where you are. Things will be status quo. All right. I think if you open the gate, then you end up with the Sun, which is obviously a wonderful card to have. Everybody wants the Sun, right? Success and happiness. You get success and happiness right after a brand new financial start. And how could that be bad, right? How could that be bad? But I think if you... the only thing that could possibly go wrong again is this Knight of Swords coming back to haunt you and causing you struggles and causing you some kind of an issue for you. So that if you decide not to take this path, something is going to come up it's really going to bother you. Let's put it that way. This may not be an external struggle, but this may be an internal struggle, and it may be something that you struggle with because you did not take the path here that was laid out before you, that you did not go through the gate and take that choice. So that's what I would say your guides are trying to tell you. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Keep up the good work. That's all. Shannon says, I'm currently content with my profession, but feel like it's not going to be my forever line of work. Interested to see what else may come down the line for me in terms of a second career. All right. I can do that. We can definitely do that. Let's see. So you feel there's another career out there for you that's going to be better suited and is going to work out better in the long run. And actually, instead of being a job, it would be a career kind of thing. And a lot of times that happens. Sorry, didn't mean that. A lot of times that happens. You're quite welcome, Tarot Girl. A lot of times that happens where people end up in a job and they really want a career out of it. Some people can make that job into a career. That's what I did. I started off as a bank teller way back in the 80s, in the late 80s, though. Thank you. The late 80s. Not that old, right? And I worked my way up through through the bank I was at to start, and then I moved to different banks to get better jobs, better promotions, and ended up being, in management and a vice president as the last position I held before I ended up retiring. So I definitely was not planning on that as a line of work. I had a background in computer repair, again, in the 80s when computers weren't really thought of quite the same way as they are now. So after a while, that really didn't hold up, that whole thing. So it was, so I just made banking work for me. All right, so you're looking, here you go. You're looking to take a leap of faith into something else that's going to be your new career. That's what you want. That's what you want, and that is exactly what the Fool is telling us. You're ready to take a leap of faith. You're not even going to look. You are just going to jump right into it. And I can see that. I can see that being a thing, because then of course you've got the King of Cups, who does not want to be drowned down or dragged down by his emotions. He wants to be rock solid in that chair. He wants to be to a point where he does not have this overwashing wave of emotions all the time. And I think that's where you are now in the current job that you're in. You have, every day when you come home, you have a wave of emotions come over you. Some good, probably a little more, probably 60-40, 60% bad emotions, 40% good emotions. So not terrible, but just a little bit of the bad is outweighing the good. So you're looking for some type of new institution, a new tradition to start, and that tradition, of course, would be a new job, something that you really enjoy doing, something where you're working with people that are nice to you, something where you're working with people who are going to help you a lot and get the job done, and not, I don't think, I would not say where you're going to find a love connection. That's not, obviously that's not what you're going for. That's not what this reading's about. It's not all about a love connection, but I would say that you're going to love working there. You're also going to find people there who really enjoy spending time working with you. So yeah, I see that it could possibly work out that way for you. I do see where you feel like you're tied down to the job you're at now. So you really have to watch to make sure that being tied down to that job is not going to stop you from at least looking around at other options. Nobody's saying, hey, you got to quit your job. You have to quit your job, because you don't. You have it. You already have the job. You already have your own career, everything. The thing is, it's just a matter of, do you want to switch? Do you feel tied down to that job so much that even looking for another job is something that scares you? That's kind of where I'm at. Now, let me see. I don't see a field of work here, unless you're going to be like the Pope or something to that effect. I don't see anything else. But let me pull some more cards and see what we end up with. I will pull more and see if there's something in there that gives us an idea of, what other field you may be interested in working on. Again, I don't see a field at all. I see passion. I see where you're passionate about it. I see where you're excited. The Pope wouldn't that be an interesting job, huh? Being the Pope. Just poping around, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how you do that. Anyone who's Catholic, I'm not making fun of the Pope. I just want you to know that. We're just jesting. But yeah, I don't see a whole lot of ideas where that career is actually going to come in and what it's going to be. I do see a choice between two things, which is obviously the job you're in now and the new job, the one you're in, the one you're looking at, something you would be looking at. Again, it's not going to hurt to look into other jobs. That's for sure. It's not going to hurt ever. So don't feel bad about looking for other jobs at other places. And remember, you have hope. This is, the star card is such a good omen for you. It's always promise and serenity and stuff like that, where you can see you're very balanced in life, but you're also balanced in emotion. And I really think that's a strong thing. Yeah, Fairy Wren, I definitely see always hope when I pull the star card. Always hope. No matter, even no matter what the reading is about, I really see hope in that card all the time. Other cards I've mentioned many times at different readings, other cards I pull and they have a traditional meaning to them and stuff. And I know what a lot of them are, but I don't go with the actual traditional meaning because it doesn't always apply to me. It doesn't always apply to what I'm reading and what I'm feeling about the cards that are there. So I definitely always see hope in the star. So keep that in mind. Keep it in mind that you have that promise of a new hope. And again, it's such the star, having the star right above you is such a good omen. So keep yourself grounded. Remember, you have choices. And be passionate about what it is you decide. But look into other things. It's never going to hurt to look. Don't feel like you're tied down where you can't even look at something. All right? Thank you, Shannon. I appreciate your question, and I do appreciate you allowing me to read for you. All right. I saw Tree's question. I did see someone else too. And that would be... I see Tree's question. Tree wanted a general reading. I know that. You're very welcome, Shannon. You are very welcome. All right, here we go. Oh, and Bows and Bubbles. You were the one I was looking for. All right, so I do have to do Bows and Bubbles first, and then I will do you, Tree, for your general reading. If you can hang out, that's good. What time is it? It is, so it's only 20 to 7, so we have time. All right, so Bows and Bubbles said, what's next in your love life? And then Tree wants a general reading. What's next in your love life, Bows and Bubbles? Just call you B&B. Everybody gets a nickname, right? Or a shortened name, at least. All right, once again, we got a King of Cups. What is next? Oh, we got the King of Wands again. All right, what's next in your love life? Well, here it is, B&B. I think you're going to be successful in love. I think you will be. And I think it's going to be somebody who is mature-minded, very romantic, ready for a long-term relationship, and extremely passionate. However, here's the big however. This Three of This Three of Swords right here in the middle is killing me. That's probably the worst card we could have gotten in this reading, because the rest of it's not so bad. I mean, the Nine of Wands, we can work him. We can really work him through. He's okay. But the Three of Swords, that's a tough one. I feel like you are going to end up finding somebody who you think is perfect for you, and they're with someone else. So that's going to be the issue. How do you get past it? Well, see, then that's where you put the wall up. Then you put a wall up, because now you feel like you're hurt. You feel like you're hurt. You can see where this person is hurt. They've put a wall up around themselves, and they will not get hurt again. Darn it. They will not get hurt again. But, however, if we take that card out, take that Three of Swords out, and again, you've got the person you're going to be, you're going to be successful in love. You had walls up. You have walls up because you've been hurt before, and you don't want to be held down emotionally. And that is where I really think this reading should go. I think if anything, the Three of Swords is just showing, maybe your last 3 relationships were not such great relationships. I honestly think that's the case. I honestly think things are going to work out for you with this person who is, like I said, mature and romantic and passionate, career focused, stuff like that. They're going to be that person, and things are going to work out great. You're going to have support of friends and family, if you can see them all here. Thank you, Kitty Cat. I appreciate that. But I think that your last few relationships have gone kind of sour, and you've put up a wall because you've been hurt before, and you don't want to feel that hurt again. So you put up a wall, and you sit in this stone throne. Yes, poet, don't even know it. Where you feel like you're going to be washed over by emotions, because the person that you find is really going to be a good match for you, and that's going to make you happy. It's going to make you victorious, and that's what's happening here. You can see where the emotions, the water, are really kind of, even though they're built into that throne, it looks like the water's just coming right up over top of him, and that is the emotions just overwhelming you. That would be you, and that would be overwhelming emotions. All right, so that's what I get for you, B&B. I hope that resonates. Thank you very much for letting me read for you. All right, Tree, you're up. Let me do a general reading for you. You're very, very welcome. You are very welcome. All right. Give me one quick second here. And again, Kitty Cat, thank you so much for the donation. I do appreciate it. It keeps us having a nice live stream here every single night. That's for sure. I know you know that because you keep telling everyone the same thing I keep telling them, right? You're welcome, Denise. Good night. Have a good time. Have a good day or evening, according to where you are. Don't forget, guys, if you have a time, you can go to the website, nightreadertarot.com, and there you can find out more information about Night Reader Tarot. You can also make donations. You can set up private readings, whether they're personal readings or live personal one-on-one readings, or taped one-on-one readings, where I'll tape. You send me your question and I'll record it. You can also leave comments that will be emailed to me, and I will respond to all your comments. That's for sure. Nothing I would enjoy more than hearing from anybody who had a comment, good or bad, about the live stream, because if it's good, I'd love to hear that, and if it's bad, I'd love to hear that too, so I can fix it and make it better. So, yeah. Again, here we go with the King of Cups as the last card. You guys saw me shuffle. I swear I did it. I swear it. All right. A general reading. Tree, here you go. All right. So, you have choices to make. You've got choices. That Two of Wands is always like choices of some sort. You've got the world in your hands, though. So the choice is really yours. It's not going to be a choice that's made. Hey, you're welcome. Thank you, Fairy Wren. You help out all the time, and I appreciate that. I do appreciate the help, because it's tough to do the chat and everything. Keep the chat going and try to do the readings. And Kitty Cat does a great job, and I know you will too. I know Wolf and Tosh do great jobs. I'm not quite sure where they are tonight, but we're here, and here we are, at the right place, in the right place at the right time. That's for sure. We showed up just at the right time for this. So yeah, you've got the world in your hands. So the choice you make, I think, is going to be a good choice. I think it's going to lead away from fighting and struggling and being discontent. I'm going to take a drink, excuse me. And then you're going to have that nice new emotional beginning. That new emotional beginning that you really want. But you have to remember, you're looking at things from a perspective that you're not normally looking at them in. Again, you are over. God, I don't even know what the word is. I wanted to say overthrown, but that's not good. You're kind of washed over. There it is. You're washed over with emotions, and that's not a perspective that you're used to. That's for sure. It's not a perspective that you're used to, but you do have a new emotional beginning, and that emotional beginning is really going to make you feel, you're really going to feel something because of it. And it's all based on whatever this decision is that you make going forward. Okay. You make the right decision, though, you'll avoid having all these issues and strife. All right. So that's what I got for you, Tree. That's what I see. That is my general reading. All right. So what else do we have going on? I got B&B. Mail Girl, did you have a question that I did not answer? I didn't even say hi to you, did I, Mail Girl? Well, hello, Mail Girl. I didn't. Mr. Cats, I didn't see you come in either. Oof. I am slipping. All right. I hope everything's going well for you, Mystic Cats. Don't forget Mystic Cats psychic readings. She does readings on Saturdays, Mondays, and Wednesdays at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. So if you get a chance, tune in to her, because I'll tell you, it's something else. Hey, Kayla, how are you? It's great to see you. I'm glad you're here. She is something else. I'll tell you, she is really good at all the different things she does, and she teaches as she goes. And there's times where I like to teach as I go too. Teach things I've kind of taught myself, and I like to share that. And she does the same thing. She really kind of teaches it as she goes. Hey, Vic, it's great to see you. All right, Mayo Girl says, I'm planning to sort out my garden this summer. Although I love plants and trees, I am thinking maybe more sensible to keep it simple, given I plan to adopt rescue dogs. Okay. Any advice is welcome. I hope you guys are doing well. Vicky and who else just came in? Darn it, I just had it. Kayla. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend anybody when I say guys, because it's just something that I've said all my life. Hey guys, always guys. All right. All right, let's see what your garden will grow. Let's see what your garden shall grow. Will it be a good garden? Will it be a simple garden? Will it be an empty garden like Elton John sings? Oh, I'm sorry you're having an off day. Here we go with the King of Cups again. All right, so your garden, not that it's keeping you up at night. You are just trying to really figure it all out. That's the whole thing. You're really just trying to figure it all out, and you want somebody to come along and tell you what to do. Where should I go? What should I do with this whole thing? And again, you're going to be, it causes some emotion for you. That King of Cups, that's 3 readings in a row that he's come up. And so, but you got to remember the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is usually like a knight in shining armor kind of guy or person, but not in this, not in the garden reading, that's for sure. But you're looking you want somebody to come in and just tell you what to do. What should I do with this garden? Should I just keep it easy because I'm going to have a lot of work coming up for me, and that's gonna, you had big plans, but now you have new big plans where it comes to, having rescue dogs and rescuing and stuff like that. So you really have that to look forward to, and it's so that's going to cause you a little bit of an emotional feeling, but you're going to be, you're kind of going to be right to the point and decide, you know what, I'm going to put a lot of my energy on the on the rescue dogs, and I will do a simpler garden, and that'll help me sleep at night, so that I can, I know that I'm not expending all my energy on 2 separate things, going 2 separate ways. I can focus on the dogs and still have a nice garden. It's not that it's not going to be nice. It's just not going to be huge and elaborate and, on the cover of maybe a Homes and Gardens. Not this week. Not this month, I should say. Yeah, lads. Yep. I do. It's just, it's something I've done ever since I was a kid. Hey, guys. And I would have boy and girl friends. I'm talking friends. Boys and girls who were friends of mine. And I always, if I came up to a group of them, it was always, hey, guys, how you doing? But, yeah, it is what it is, right? So that's what I got for you, and your garden. All right, Mayo Girl. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So, like I said, I'm sorry you're having an off day, Kayla. Happens to us all, trust me. It really happens to us all. You do it in Pennsylvania too. Well, I'm in New Jersey, so there you go. Awesome. 14 likes. I appreciate that, everybody. I do. All right. So I saw somewhere there is Vicky said, may I have a love reading? Absolutely, Vic. You can have a love reading. I will use Anna Kay for a love reading. It is life. That is for sure, Kayla. It is definitely life. Yeah, gardening is that's not an easy job, I'll tell you that. You know, just even though it's your own garden, it doesn't make it easy. That's for sure. It's still very time consuming. It's very backbreaking at times, bending over and leaning down and all that. It's not easy. When my son and daughter-in-law and my grandson moved out at the end of February, we have a 3-bedroom house and we gave them a room, so I had to move everything into Bountiful Sea Turtle. I did not do your reading. If you could type it to me again, I will, though, right after this love reading. So we had to take everything out of 1 bedroom and consolidate it into, out of 2 bedrooms and consolidate it into 1, which is a big mess. Oh, what a mess. But we finally have got things kind of back in order, and I was very happy to say that over the past couple of days, I have always been a model trained. I've always had an interest in model railroading. And my grandfather, when he passed away 8 years ago, it'll be 8 years this summer, he left me his model railroads, his model railroading stuff, all of his model railroad stuff, his track and cars and locomotives, everything. And I was finally able to get everything up and running and working again. Now I can start, my wife and I can start working on actually building out a scenario around it and doing all of the, like a garden. I'm looking to do a whole scenario type thing. I can't think what it's called, but I want the layout to look really nice. I want it to look all realistic. So, but I was very happy I got everything back together and it actually worked. That was a huge deal. All right, love reading, Vic. I'm sorry, telling stories. I should be doing readings, right? And then I got you Bountiful Sea Turtle, and that'll probably be my last one. All right. Love reading. You're looking for perfection. You're looking for somebody who is going to be perfect for you, exactly the way that you want them, right out of the bag, right off the assembly line, and you want that to make, and you want to be extremely happy about it, obviously. So you're looking for that perfect person that's going to make you happy all the time and not cause any type of drama, not cause any type of issues with you or your family or friends either. As you can see, these two have an issue, but there's still other people around them, and that's your family and friends, and you don't want an issue with any of those people. But you're not, you're looking. I think the person that you actually are looking for is still going to grow some. Thank you, Fairy Wren. It's great. I still have stuff about. I still have everything is exactly the way he left it. So, Yeah, it's quite a. It's really a good. It's really neat to see, and some of the signs that he made and all on the computer and he wrote were that I still have are priceless to me. That's for sure. Sorry, sorry, Vic. But yeah, so you're looking for somebody who is still going to grow some. There's still a little bit of immaturity in this person. Now I'm 53 years old and I still have this little bit of immaturity. So it doesn't mean that it has to be somebody who's you're not looking for a teenager probably. but I'm but there's plenty of us out there that are not really 100% mature all the time. Um, and you're looking to just get rid of all of the garbage out of your life. You're looking to push out all of that garbage and move it away so you can have that happy life with this person. You deserve perfection. You deserve what you want. You should get what you want, not what you can settle for. Absolutely not an idea. It's not something that you don't need to settle because you're better than settling. Everybody's better than settling. Everybody should get what they want. Everybody should have, you know, for every man, what's the saying? For every man, there's a woman, but the Iceman has his pick. All right, maybe that was bad, but no, there is somebody out there who will match you basically exactly what you want, and that's what you're looking for. Even though they may be a little immature, immaturity isn't so bad. It's not so bad. So, something to think about. Something to think about. All right, but push out all that old garbage, and just lead that happy life that you can. All right, thank you, Vic. All right, bountiful sea turtle. Here we go. You get it. The big finale. Dun, 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 dun. Should I leave retirement and go back to work for another year? Oh, I love retirement. I could never go back. Honestly, from my own, just for me personally, just me personally. But I couldn't go back. Even though I had a very hard time wrapping my head around not being at work every single day and not being productive in society, basically. I have to say this whole thing here that I do every night has made me feel so much better about myself and helping people and doing stuff to help other people get through problems or emotions or issues and stuff like that. So I feel great about the way things go. I'm very happy with this whole thing. So let's see. Should you go back to work for a year now that you're retired? Okay. So this is basically a yes or no, right? Should I or shouldn't I? No, you shouldn't. You feel like you were, hey, Tarot Oracle, how are you? You've been very successful in the time that you've been not working. You've done things that have been good. You've done things that people have looked up to, that people have been really happy about and impressed with. And that's been giving you the strength to continue with the whole retirement idea. Being retired is it's a whole state of mind that changes things for you, and it takes a while before you can really get that to sit in the right spot with you, and it happens. It's just something that happens. um and the devil's going to be sitting there on your shoulder, and he's going to be telling you, hey, why aren't you working? You should be working. You're not productive. You should be working. You should be doing something with yourself. But You are doing stuff with yourself. You are doing stuff to be creative, to be inspired. You're looking to learn something new, something artistic. You want to be more creative instead of being tied down to a regular job for another year. And at times you feel like you're alone. You feel like you're just by yourself in the whole thing, being retired and all, but you're not. You are not by yourself. There are so many different things and places and places to go and things to do that you couldn't do before, that you couldn't do, you can't do if you're going to work, even if it's just part-time. There's always that, you always have to think about that. So, all right, that's what I got. I really, that's what I see for you, Bountiful Sea Turtle. I think staying retired just has to really sink in, and you'll find so many other things, so many other doors that are going to open up for you, that you won't have that lonely, oh, I really need to go back to work feeling. All right. So that was our final reading. Bountiful Sea Turtle, you got it. And I hope you all had a great night, because I did. It was a lot of fun. Again, I'll tell you, I never have a bad night. Never. I appreciate you all being here. I appreciate the support. Thank you for all the likes, the subscriptions, all the subscribes that you guys do. I appreciate, Kitty Cat, your donation. And we will be back here again tomorrow night at 6 o'clock Eastern time. Did I say Easter? Yeah, I did. Eastern time. All right, so 6 o'clock Eastern time. We'll be here again tomorrow. All right, you all have a great night, and I will talk to you then. Good night.